Okay, real talk for a sec. Have you ever been in a conversation where everyone's throwing around this term like it's common knowledge and you're just nodding along, but inside you're like, what in the world are they talking about?
I've been there.
That was me with MetaTrader. I had all these images in my head, like some exclusive Wall Street club with like secret handshakes or something.
It does sound kind of mysterious, right? Like a secret society of traders.
Right, not whatever it actually is. So that's what we're diving into today, all about online trading, specifically Forex, and this platform everyone keeps mentioning, MetaTrader. We found this article from Avatrade that breaks down MetaTrader 4 and 5, what they are, why they matter, and, maybe why, even if we're not like Wall Street masterminds, this could still be useful to know.
Definitely. Even if you're just dipping your toes into the world of trading, or maybe just want to sound smart at your next dinner party.
Exactly. Understanding these tools, even on a basic level, can be super helpful. So first things first, what even is a trading platform? I always thought it was literally where you buy and sell stuff. But this Avatrade article says it's more like the bridge connecting you to the markets.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Think of it like this. You wouldn't just walk into, say, the New York Stock Exchange and start waving cash around, right?
Hopefully not.
Right. You need a system, a way to actually interact with that whole complex world. And that's what MetaTrader provides. It's the software that lets you see the prices, make trades, manage everything, all from your computer or even your phone.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense than whatever I had pictured in my head. And speaking of things that sound complicated, this article mentions how popular MetaTrader 4, MT4 for short, actually is. Like, they call it the world's most popular trading platform.
It's true. It's everywhere. And there's a good reason for that.
Yeah.
One of the things the article highlights is its user-friendliness, which, let's be honest, is pretty important when you're dealing with something this potentially complicated.
100%.
Yeah.
I am all for having powerful tools, but not if it takes like a PhD in computer science to figure out how to use them. And speaking of tools, MT4 has a whole bunch of them. The article mentions charts, analysis tools, even these things called expert advisors,
Yeah.
which honestly sound kind of like trading robots.
That's essentially what they are, automated trading programs. But before we jump into the world of robots doing our trading for us, maybe we should unpack those other features a bit. Charts analysis. Why are those such a big deal for traders, whether they're just starting out or they're seasoned pros?
Yeah, let's break that down, because I'll be honest, whenever I hear charts and analysis, my brain kind of just shuts off.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I get it. But they're essential. Imagine trying to drive through a new city without a map, without any street signs.
Oh, that sounds stressful.
Right. Charts and analysis tools, they're like the maps and compasses of the trading world. They help you visualize what's going on, see trends, and make more informed decisions, instead of just relying on gut feeling.
Or blindly following whatever the hype is at the moment, which, let's be real, happens to the best of us.
Exactly. And MT4 doesn't just have like these super complex tools for the pros, it offers a whole range for different levels. Even something like a simple line chart can be helpful to visualize how a currency pair has been doing over time.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've got our maps. Now we got to figure out how to actually drive this thing. And it sounds like MT4 comes with some pretty handy features to help us navigate those tricky trading waters. The Avatrade article specifically calls out stop loss and take profit, which honestly sound like they could save me from my own impulsive trading instincts.
Well, we could all use a little help in that department, right?
All right.
Well,
So how do these features work? They make it sound like MT4 can actually outsmart my, let's call it enthusiasm for hitting that buy button.
uh-huh. I like that. Enthusiasm. But that's exactly what those features are for. Think of it like setting up some guardrails for your trades. So with stop loss, you can automatically tell the platform to sell if the currency pair drops to a certain price. That way, even if things go against you, you're limiting your potential losses.
So it's like having a safety net for when my market predictions are a little too optimistic.
Exactly. And then you've got take profit. It's basically opposite. You set a target price, and once your investment reaches that point, MT4 automatically sells, locking in your profit. That way, you're not tempted to hold on, hoping for just a little more and then potentially missing out when the market turns.
So it takes the emotion out of it, which honestly can be half the battle sometimes.
100%. Because let's be real, FOMO is real even in the trading world.
Oh, for sure. I have definitely fallen victim to the fear of missing out. But okay, so all those features sound great, but I also noticed the article mentioned how MT4 doesn't bog down your computer, even with all that's going on. Why is that so important in the trading world? Is it really that big of a deal?
It definitely can be, especially in Forex where things move so fast. I mean, we're talking fractions of a second sometimes. Having a platform that's slow or laggy could literally cost you money.
Oh, wow. I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, the article even quoted a trader saying, with MT4, I've never had to worry about lag time costing me money.
Okay, that is definitely good to know. I have definitely experienced the frustration of slow software at the worst possible time, and the last thing I need is that happening when I'm trying to make a trade. But speaking of potentially confusing things, after all the charts, the analysis, the super helpful risk management features, then the article mentions this whole MQL language. And now I'm thinking, okay, am I even qualified to be having this conversation anymore?
Haha, no worries. It's not as intimidating as it sounds. Remember those expert advisors we talked about earlier? The trading robots?
Yeah, those things still blow my mind a little bit.
Well, MQL, or MetaQuotes language, that's basically the code that makes them work.
So it's like the language you use to program these trading bots.
Exactly, but it's not just about creating super complex algorithms or anything. You can use MQL to create custom indicators, set alerts, even automate tasks within the platform. Let's say you wanted to create an indicator that would, I don't know, flash a giant warning sign on your chart if certain conditions are met, like a specific price movement you've been watching for.
So it's like setting an alarm bell for a potentially profitable trading opportunity. That's kind of cool.
Exactly. And the article highlights how MQL has all these different tools for different purposes, different levels of expertise.
Okay, so it's like having this super customizable toolbox that you can adapt to your specific trading style. But before we go too far down that rabbit hole, I do want to touch on another thing the article mentioned. MetaTrader 5, MT5, the sequel.
The next generation.
Right. So is it actually better? Like, should we all be ditching our MT4 and rushing to get the upgrade? Or is it more nuanced than that? So are we talking a major upgrade here? Like, is MT5 the iPhone 15 to MT4's iPhone 4? Or is it more like, different flavors of the same thing?
It's a good question, and honestly, the article doesn't give a simple answer. It's more about what you're actually trading. See, MT4 was built mainly for Forex, right? MT5, on the other hand, it branches out. You got stocks, commodities. It's a bit more multi-purpose.
So if MT4 is still the go-to for Forex,
Mm-hmm.
why even create MT5? What's the driving force there?
Well, the trading world doesn't exactly stay still, does it? The article kind of hints at this, but traders, they're always looking to diversify, right? So MT5, with this wider range, it's probably a response to that. Instead of having to use a bunch of different platforms, you've got one that can handle more.
So it's like that jack-of-all-trades option. Okay, that makes sense. But I also noticed the article pointed out something kind of interesting. Even with all the, bells and whistles, MT4 is still the most popular. Why do you think that is, if MT5 is this, next generation thing?
I think a lot of it comes down to familiarity. Traders, we can be creatures of habit. MT4's been around forever. It's reliable. People know how to use it. Plus, it's so focused on Forex that they've had time to really perfect those features.
Okay, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing.
Exactly. It might not have the flash of the new model, but it gets the job done. But hey, it's always good to know what's out there, right? Now you know the difference. MT4, your reliable everyday car. MT5, maybe a bit more sporty, more features. It really all depends on what you're trying to do.
Speaking of choices, let's loop back to AvaTrade for a second. They definitely seem to want us trading on MT4 with them. And to be fair, they make some good points in this article. They emphasize the whole regulation and security aspect, which is always reassuring. But like the article said, it's important to look beyond the surface. So beyond regulation, what else should we be looking for when we're picking a broker? What are the red flags? Or the green flags, I guess.
Regulation is important for sure, but it's really just the baseline, isn't it? Like, if you're going to a restaurant, you want to know they've got the whole food safety thing down.
Right, you don't want to get food poisoning.
Exactly. But a clean kitchen doesn't automatically mean the food's going to be amazing.
True. So what makes a good broker stand out then? Beyond just checking the basic boxes.
Think about it like this. What's important to you as a trader? Do they have the assets you want to trade? What are their fees like? Because those can sneak up on you. And honestly, customer support can be a deal breaker. You want to know that if something goes wrong, you can actually reach someone who can help.
It's like choosing who you travel with, right? You wouldn't just book with the first company you find. You'd compare prices, read reviews, make sure they actually understand what you're looking for in a trip.
100%. It's about finding that right fit for your needs, your risk tolerance, your whole trading style.
So we've gone from Me being totally intimidated by the term MetaTrader to now being able to explain the difference between MT4 and MT5, and we've got some tips on how to pick a broker. I'm calling that a win.
Definitely a successful deep dive. And hey, even if you never end up placing a single trade, just understanding these concepts, it gives you a little window into how the financial world works. And you can never have too much knowledge, right?
Absolutely. And who knows, maybe this sparked a little curiosity about the world of trading. If you're feeling inspired or you just want to share your aha moments from this deep dive, come find us on social media. We always love to hear from you.
And as always, happy diving.